Hi, and welcome back to Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, Pittman's Garden Patch. It is April 29th, 2017, and I'd figure I would do a garden tour, show you what's growing on, and maybe what's not doing so good, as is always the case for us farmers and gardeners. So here I am in my strawberry patch, and the foliage is doing very well. These are all being grown in round fabric pots, large ones, and these are all Jubilee varieties. And we already have some that are ripening, some that are just starting to grow, and still many flowers hidden all in the foliage of this. And as I was coming out here, or checking things out a little bit, I came across this strawberry right here, which is actually ready. That's pretty decent. Maybe could have left it on another day or two, because that's the dark red right there that you like. If you turn it over here, it's a little bit lighter, but not bad. No holes in it, so I've got to it before the birds did. And trust me, the first thing I noticed was the birds are all singing. They're all up in the trees nearby, and they're up on the roof, and they're just chomping at the bit. I guarantee you they're probably not happy with me being out in my garden right now, because they're seeing a smorgasbord of things coming their way. So I'm gonna have to get things to start protecting these things from them. So, so I just took a bite of that strawberry. It's pretty good. Probably would have been better if I not had a mint Tic Tac before I came out here. So, yeah, you can see all kinds of red showing through, and like I said, flowers all going on still, and you know, all nestled up in there, and you can see all the berries and stuff that are just hanging on the outside. I don't know how many there are going to be on the inside that I'm probably never going to find. They'll probably just rot. Not bad. Probably could have stayed on a couple more days. That's still pretty good. A little morning snack to get me going. Goji berry plant here. Not really. He's always been kind of the run of the litter, just hanging on, not really doing a whole lot. More strawberry plants. Let me show you over here with my oranges that are growing, and I got decent size for my first crop that are growing. I don't know if they'll stay on there the whole year, because I hear sometimes they'll drop off, but right now you can see those get you a good contrast. Orange is growing there, up in here, right there, there as well, and you can see right there, that's probably my biggest one so far. He was the one I first noticed that was pollinated. I wasn't sure about the rest of these, but they eventually, even this nice dark green one that's hiding right there. So yeah, these things are doing really well, and I'm happy for that. My other orange tree, not so good. I'm not really seeing any new leaf growth or anything starting out. Well, I say that, and now look what's starting to happen right here where my finger is. Looks like it's starting. Yeah, it most certainly is. Finally, it's starting to leaf out now. Look at that. There we go. All right, so this is my blood orange tree. So it did a lot of, when I transplanted it, it really took a beating. I mean, I just took it from the nursery pot. It came in the mail. I transplanted it right into a big, nice size fabric pot, buried it right and everything, and this thing went through a whole lot of major stress, so it dropped a lot of leaves. So maybe next year, January or so, maybe December. I don't know. Maybe it'll put out some flowers. I'll have to see and keep track of when this thing decides it wants to bloom. The Mandarin Satsuma here. This one just kind of has its own mind, and it does what it wants to do. But I also see that it is also putting on new leaf growth, so these two are pretty much on time with each other. So that's good for cross-pollination. All right, so let's look down here at my best goji berry plant. So a while back, it had put on a lot of flowers, and now come out here today and you can see all those little bits of oranges, orange tangerine kind of colors. Let's see if we can get in there. See all those little orange tangerine reddish looking things? Yeah, those are the goji berries. Here's a good one right there. See if I can get a good contrast. So that's about the size of it. See if it wants to come off and give me a little snack. Ah, it came off pretty easy. Let's see. I've never been a huge fan of these things as far as the flavor. It's just not very sweet to me, but we'll see. It's okay. I mean, it's not like biting into a strawberry. It's not like biting into a blueberry, where you just get that rush of flavor and sweetness. It's kind of unique. It's got its own flavor. It's not bitter. It's just not super sweet and flavorful to me, but they're supposed to be very healthy and nutritious for you. So that's why I grow them. Hopefully I'll acquire a taste for them, or they'll do their, maybe they'll get sweeter. Here is a nice, beautiful purple flower blossom on the goji berry plant. Look at that beautiful thing. Isn't that nice? So it's already starting to bloom out some more purple little flower buds, even in the midst of it ripening the rest of it. So that's pretty good. So there's my other goji berry plant. It's growing decent, but it doesn't really produce anything. Or it's on its own little time frame. It's different from the other one. The other one bloomed out very easily and quickly, but this one, So let's move on. Now look at that. This is kind of my not so good, my little failure of the year, it seems to be. And I don't know why, because I have found that growing onions has been the easiest thing to do. And yet, and I've grown them, this is like my third year in a row, 2 years in a row, successful, nice big fat onions, you know, really good, delicious, everything. And this year, not so much. I'm not seeing the size, and these are all gigantic size onions. And I've grown most of these 3 varieties in here before, at least 2 of them, and I just have not gotten the success I needed this year, or wanted or expected. And what you're looking at here, if you've never seen this before, these are the bulbs, or if you will, the heads of the flower stalks. So these things are going to seed. Now the bees will come in here and love them and everything, but I don't think I'm going to use the seeds of these things at all, because these things just are not really producing very well. Now I've put my hand down in here and everything going down, and the bulbs are just very small. I mean, you could see the bulb sticking right through here, but that's tiny, very tiny compared to what I've had. And if these things are going to seed as they are, and then they're pretty much done as far as I'm concerned. I'll leave them on here and just see what happens, because it's usually later in May, late May, before I harvest them. So it'll be May 1st on Monday. Uh, this is Saturday, of course. So we'll see what happens. But it's not looking all that great, and they're pretty soft. They're very soft when I go to just kind of feel them and touch them and everything. Look at this thing. It's kind of cute. Little fire hand's got a little hook there. Yeah. So anyways, and a little bit of onions over there, and those are the runts of the litter, and they never really got very much. So that is what it is. The only thing I can think of that I did anything differently is that I added a layer of mulch. That's what I did differently. And maybe that kept the soil too moist because mulch helps retain water. And so if this crop doesn't pan out, and it's not looking like it will, then what I'll do next year is I will not mulch this and see if that my onions come back. I'll try to do the same variety of seeds and everything, and yeah, I know it'll come from a different lot, so maybe that'll make a difference, but I don't think that'll be the hugest deal. But if this doesn't turn out good, then I probably will not mulch for the onions next year. Now, look at this bed of green here. Holy calosauruses, huh? This is Mizuna, okay? And this is what the leaves look like, the kind of serrated looking things, but they're not sharp at all. This was going to be one of my auxiliary greens that I was going to grow from a potential business with mixing it in with other lettuces and spinach and things like that to make a salad mix. It took off very fast. Now, so fast that the leaves are probably, a lot of them are probably maybe too big for a salad mix, maybe. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far into the business yet to talk to chefs and say, hey, what size do you need? What size is good for your customers? So that's things I'm going to be looking into, and then how to harvest these things quickly and easily. This is something else on my agenda to learn. So, yeah, that's Mizuna. Really, you know what? I've never tasted a leaf before. Let me try that. Let me take a leaf here. And I got a nice big leaf here. Let's see what it tastes like. That's interesting. First time I've tried this before. And, not sure exactly how to describe the taste of it. It's okay as far as like, is it good, bad, ugh, never, kind of thing. It's kind of sort of in the middle. It's not bad. Maybe if I were to eat a smaller baby leaf. Let's see. Okay. Definitely a difference in flavor, taste between the big leaves and the smaller smaller leaves, the younger leaves. Seems like to me the younger leaves taste a little bit more pungent, more ugh than can't come up with a better word than ugh. It's not quite all that good. The young ones, the older ones actually tasted better to me. Not that great, but at least it's better to me than the younger ones. Interesting. Um, Now look at this. Isn't this just beautiful? You come out here and you see these nice rows of purpley red butter leaves, and then the green. This is my Salanova lettuce. Isn't that just pretty to come out there and see? Gosh, it's almost like almost ornamental because it's just so beautiful. And so this is the red and green sweet crisp Salanova lettuce variety. Of course, these are the green and red butter Salanova lettuce. Just look at that. Ah, I gotta hurry up and harvest this stuff and get it to take it to chefs and restaurants and things like that, and say, hey, what do you think? What would you like to see different? What would you like? I need to get going on that. But I'm also in the process of breaking ground and at the other garden plot over at my mother-in-law's, and I'll be doing that later today. We've cut the sod out now. I got to get in there and take it out. I'm gonna come over here to my grape plant. At least this is the Concord grape. This is the one that's doing really nice. I have lots of flowers that are going to be blooming here pretty soon, I imagine. Here's a whole big cluster of potential grapes. Grape flowers. Look at all these grape flowers, grape flowers, grape flowers. More grape flowers. Grape flowers. So, yeah, this has some potential here this year. Not bad. My blackberry plants over here, you can see they're in bloom right now. So I'm not even going to go out here and do any hand pollinating this year. I'm going to let Mother Nature take its course. These are self-pollinating, but I always like to come out and give them a little helping hand. But I'm going to let Mother Nature take its course. Now, over here is my blueberry patch. Okay, and they're pretty much done blooming, and they're great. The blueberries are developing, as you can see. Try to get a good contrast of things. Got quite a few growing. In the past I've come out here and done some hand pollinating and things of blueberries, but this year I decided to let Mother Nature take its course. They had plenty of I saw a number of bumblebees and hummingbird feeder. And so I've gotten, it looks like a good harvest, and I'm sure the birds are waiting for them to start to turn blue so they can come in here and do their little deed. But I got my bird netting up here that I got ready to go down and on top of it to secure it. Alright, so that's what's doing things there. And now over to my apple tree. So here's the newest addition, the Granny Smith apple tree. Got my Jonathan over there. Fuji. And my Honeycrisp. And I do have apples growing, and I do finally I have some Honeycrisp apples growing, and I could tell obviously because of the it growing and swelling up and everything. Let's see if I can get in here and show you what they look like, if I can find them again. They're very hard to find, actually, at least for me, because they blend in so nicely with the green foliage. Let me see if I can get back in here. Here we go. Hold on, I found them. At least I found a cluster of it anyways. Okay, let's see if I can get some good backlighting on there. Alright, dead center in the screen. Oops, sorry. Right there. And a couple more around it. Now, I don't know how many got pollinated. Probably more didn't than did. But these grew pretty quickly once pollination occurred, so that's a good sign that I don't know if it was because of my hand pollinating or some of the bugs took care of it, but I'm happy that I'm growing some apples, so I know I have some success for that. Now, whether they make it to full maturity, that's another thing, because I think I've already seen a hole in one of them already, and it barely got going, and looks like some bug or something attacked. So I'll be on the lookout for one of my mortal enemies, the Japanese beetle, as it gets ready to start making its way into the garden here. And yeah, so far so good. Things are looking really nice, and I'm really pleased with it. I was able to finally get some Honeycrisp to grow, and let's see if I can take it all the way to fruition and keep them protected from the bugs and birds and every other critter. So I think that's probably just about it, you know. I got more plants growing on them in the front. I got some bell peppers growing on the front. I got to get my tomato plants done. I got to get them out and going. I just, haven't gotten around to it, you know. I'm kind of struggling a little bit with finding a place for them. But, yeah, so, anywho, from Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, if you guys have any questions or comments, post them down below. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. And tell your friends and everything. Tell them to come on over and visit. And I'll keep you updated on things. I'll probably be putting out a video soon about the progress of the garden plot over my mother-in-law's, and that's a huge project there. But we're gonna get at it today. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a great day now. All right. Bye.